Hi there, welcome back to 10 minutes lectures in computer science. In this lecture, we are going to discuss on how to test for conflict serializability in database management system. Before going to the topic, let us recall the concept of conflict serializability. We say that a concurrent schedule is conflict serializable if it is conflict equivalent to a serial schedule. What is conflict equivalent? A concurrent schedule is said to be conflict equivalent if it can be transformed into an equivalent serial schedule through a series of swapping of adjacent non-conflicting instructions. By the word equivalent, we mean that the result produced by these schedules, that is the concurrent schedule as well as the serial schedule, should be same. Let us discuss an example of conflict serializability. Here, given a concurrent schedule on the left hand side and a serial schedule on the right hand side, in the top right corner, there is a conflict matrix. From the conflict matrix, you can understand that if two transactions trying to read the same data item, they can be permitted to swap. In all the other cases, they cannot be permitted to swap in the time order. Now, let us take the instruction in the concurrent schedule, write A of T1 and read A of T2. These two are said to be conflicting instructions because they both are trying to work on same data item in a conflict way. We cannot swap write A with read A in the order of time. What else can be done? Can we swap the write A of T2 with read B of T1? Yes. And read A of T2 with read B of T1? Yes, we can swap. Also, the write A, write B, they are not conflicting instructions because they are working on different data items. Hence, we can swap them, and at the end we arrive at a serial schedule. And this serial schedule is just same like the serial schedule on the right hand side. Hence, the concurrent schedule is conflict serializable and it is equivalent to a serial schedule on the right hand side. Now let us come to the topic. How to test for conflict serializability. To test for conflict serializability of a concurrent schedule is through precedence graph, also called as serialization graph. A precedence graph is a directed graph G equal to V comma E, where V is the set of vertices. It is each transaction in the given schedule is a vertex in the graph. Each transaction in the schedule is represented as a vertex in the graph, precedence graph. E is the set of directed edges, that is, they are simply links connecting two vertices in the graph, and they are said to be directed edges in the sense that each edge has an arrowhead pointed towards the conflicting transaction. Let us see an example precedence graph here. Here, let me take the arrow or edge in red color between T2 and T3, and there is a conflict between T2 and T3 where the conflicting instruction of T2 happens first, then comes the conflicting instruction of T3. Hence the arrowhead points towards T3. Assume that we have two transactions T1 and T2 in a schedule. This results in two vertices, one for each transaction in the precedence graph. Now, how to include an edge between these transactions? We include a directed edge T1 pointed towards T2 for each of the following cases. The first case, if transaction T2 reads a value that was written by T1 we included directed edge T1 to T2. For example, you see here in this transaction, write A occurs in T1 and read A occurs in T2. These two are conflicting instructions and thus cannot be swapped. Hence, we include an edge from T1 to T2. As a second case, if T2 writes a value that was read by T1, again, we see a read A in transaction T1 and write A in transaction T1, conflicting instructions. Now we include an edge between T1 and T2 because the instruction of T1 happens first, then T2 happens. As a third case, if T2 writes a value that was written by T1, that is, both are write operations, write instructions. In this case also, we include a directed edge T1 to T2. Now let us see how to construct a precedence graph for the concurrent schedule S1. First, we need to include a vertex for each transaction. We have two transactions here in our schedule S1 that results in two vertices T1 and T2. To include an edge between transactions, we have to find conflicting instruction between transactions in the given schedule. We have write A of T1 conflict with read A of T2, and T1 instruction happens first, then T2 happens. So we include an edge between T1 and T2 headed towards T2. There is no conflict between write A of T2 with read B of T1 or write B of T1, hence no need to include an edge from T2 to T1. And in our schedule we have one more conflict, that is write B and read B. As usual, write B happens first, then read B happens, hence we have to include an edge from T1 and T2. This is not necessary to include multiple edges between two different transactions the same direction, but to explain the concept I have just included. Now we have finished with the precedence graph. Next question, how do we decide whether the given schedule S1 is conflict serializable or not? We say that a concurrent schedule is conflict serializable if it does not have any cycle. For example, you see the graph here in the bottom. We have T1, T2 and T3. There is an edge from T2 to T1, T1 to T3 and T3 to T2. This formed a cycle. Hence this particular graph, the schedule belongs to this particular graph, is not conflict serializable. But for our case, there is no cycle formed. Hence, our schedule is conflict serializable and it is equivalent to a serial schedule of order T1 and T2. Let us discuss one more example. We have schedule S2, have three transactions, hence three vertices in the precedence graph. There are conflicting instructions between T1 and T2, and T1 happens first, hence we include an edge from T1 to T2. And there is a transaction conflict happens between T3 and T1 for instructions RB and read B and write B. Hence we include an edge between T3 to T1. Then we have a conflicting instruction between T1 and T2, the write B of T1 and read B of T2. We include one more edge between T1 and T2. One more conflict is there, RB of T2 with write B of T3. Hence we include an edge between T2 to T3. Now we finished with our graph, and if you see that graph, if you look at that graph carefully, we have ended up in a cycle. Hence this schedule S2 is not conflict serializable. A schedule may be represented as shown here. In each of these schedules, the subscripts of instructions R and W, that is read and write, represents the transaction ID. The order of the read and write instructions represents the order in which these instructions executed in the given schedule. So it can be represented in this way in some textbook, and it can be asked in the examinations as well. In this lecture, we discussed about how to test for conflict serializability. If the precedence graph of the concurrent schedule has a cycle, then we would say that the schedule is not conflict serializable. If no cycle, then we can say that schedule is conflict serializable. Thank you.